Hey Bonita gang, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified for every time I upload some new content. And today's a story time. I know, I haven't done one in a while, but we got a story time today. And if you can't tell by the title already, this is the time that my neighbor paid my rent. And this is like recent. Like this happened this month. This happened like a couple days ago. So let's just get into this story. Okay, so first of all, let's address that I have not been on YouTube for a whole month, and I do apologize. It was because of the job that I had I quit my job this morning. Was not planned, not whatsoever. I really just woke up and I just wasn't feeling this job anymore. Like my body was physically telling me that this job is not for us. This opportunity came at the wrong point in my life. Maybe if I was a little bit younger and I didn't have like so many responsibilities, you know, probably could have worked out, but no, this right now, this job it's not for me right now. Maybe if I was a little bit, ooh, I gotta sell. Maybe if I was a little bit more less in debt and had less responsibilities, I probably would have killed it at this job. But we're not talking about this. We're talking about how my neighbor paid my rent. So let's get into that. So, I came home from work and it was just, you know, a regular day at work. I was super tired, came home and I was on the phone. Was I on the phone with somebody? No, I wasn't on the phone with nobody. But I was on the phone with Bae. So I was coming in the house and I had like this little envelope thing on my door. And I was just like, oh, what the hell is this? And like, this is like, so this was October 4th. So this is the day before like rent was due. Well, yeah, well, to be considered late. So I was waiting for all my money to hit my account the 5th. Well, no, all my money had hit on the 4th, and I was going to pay it on the 5th, which would have been the last day to pay it, so it wouldn't be late. So I thought it was just like a reminder to like pay my rent, because I'm always paying my rent on time, like on the 1st. It's just because of this job that I have had, I wasn't really like making the money that I needed to make, so I had to wait for all of my money from my sales to hit my account. But anyway, so I had a letter like on my door, whatever, and when I got in the house, I had put my phone down and I was like opening up the letter and like I was reading it. Well, it wasn't even a letter, it was just a receipt, because I don't ever receive receipts when I like pay my rent or whatever, but it was a receipt, and I'll put a screenshot, a picture of it on the screen, that someone had paid my rent. And I was just like, who is paying my rent? And so like I had asked Bae, I was being all cute, I was like, oh Bae, you paid my rent? And he was like, no. And I was just like, you didn't pay my rent? Like, no one knows where I live. Like, legitimately only Bae, my best friend, well, both my best friends, and my sister are the only 4 people who has my address. So I was really confused. So as you guys can see on the picture, it just says what was being paid, and the name is Major. And I was just like, I don't know anyone named Major. Like I was really legitimately like confused, and I just thought like this was a joke, and I was just like, Like, I was just like I was genuinely confused. So let's backtrack to maybe a month ago. About a month ago, was it a month ago? No, let's go back 2 months ago. Okay, so about 2 months ago, they were doing some pavements in my neighborhood to fix the parking lot. So they were doing a lot of towing enforcement because we couldn't like park in front of our apartments because they were paving the whole parking lot. So I think I was just laying down, like literally about to get ready for work for Amazon, and like my neighbors are like banging on my door, bop, 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 bop. And it was my neighbor next door, and I'm guessing, if I remember his name correctly, was my neighbor Major. So like they're knocking on my door. They was like, hey, they towing cars, and I know this is your car, so you better move it, and da 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 da. And I was just like, so like I went to the door with my robe on, and I was just like, all right, let me go put some clothes on real quick. So I put on my little teddy onesie. If you haven't really seen me in my teddy onesie, I put a picture on the screen so for reference. So like I put on my teddy onesie, I put on my flip-flops, and I like go into my car and like moving it. Just for like the next 30 minutes because I was literally about to get ready for work. And so I was walking back down to my apartment, and my neighbor and we're just gonna call him Major because that's what it says on the receipt. I don't remember if that's his real name or not. And they was just like trying to figure out who car belonged to who, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't hang outside. I come home and stay in the house. Like, I only know my neighbor next door because me and her talk frequently because some of her mail comes to my house. So I was just like, I don't know, but thank you, for knocking on my door to let me know about my car. Boom. So that was the first time I met this person. So fast forward to a month after that, I was putting some steering wheel fluid into my car, and I guess he was like getting ready to leave to go to work. And he had walked up to me and he was just like, do you know what you're doing? And I was just like, yeah, it's just steering wheel fluid. I know where it goes. I know how much to put in. Yeah, I don't like when guys walk up on me if I'm doing something in my car because it just makes me feel like y'all don't think I know what I'm doing, and clearly I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be doing nothing to my car if I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And so he was just like, why a pretty girl like you is just doing stuff like this to your car and yada yada yada. And like I was about to say, I mean, my man's upstairs because this is when Babe was home, and I was like, my man's upstairs, he's just teleworking right now, but like I don't need him to come downstairs to pour steering wheel fluid. So before I was even able to say that, and he was just like, I just find you so attractive. And then like he just started talking about himself. He was like that he's a professional chef and da 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 da, and that he was like, if I ever wanted to learn how to cook, like he can teach me or whatever. And I was just like, okay, sounds cool. If anything, I may need your services for something because I don't think Babe watches my videos, but I'm planning like a professional chef date for his birthday. Don't tell him. So so I was like, yeah, I mean, I may need your services or whatever. And yeah, I was just coming knocking your door so I can ask you like about your pricings and stuff, because he like literally like lives across from me. And so he was like, yeah, I do cooking classes, so like if you just want to learn how to cook so you can do it yourself or whatever, just let me know, but let me get your number. And I was just like, no, like, no. And he was just like, well, my offer still stands, like whenever you're ready to learn, I got you. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up whenever, like I need those services. And then he asked me what my name was, and I was just like, oh, my name is Tonisha. And I really think he told me his name was Major. Like, I'm telling y'all, this is the only neighbor besides the one next to me that I know. And so, yeah, so fast forward to the 4th when I came home and found it. I put it on Twitter because I was confused. I was just like, is my rent paid? Or like, what does this mean? Because I don't ever receive receipts. And a lot of people were saying, yeah, someone paid your rent or someone made a mistake. And I was just like, oh my God. So then I put it on my close friends on Instagram and I was asking them about it, and they was just like, yeah, that's your full address, right? And I was like, yeah, that's my full address. And they was just like, yeah, your rent got paid. And I was just like, man, no, I don't believe this. And so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna call my rental office in the morning just to double check. Oh, I left out a detail. So when I came back home, I had a filter in front of my door and the letter. So the filter is like I guess like an air conditioning filter, but I knew the maintenance guys wouldn't leave it in front of my building. I mean, well, in front of my door. They would like come in and install it or whatever, because that's their fucking job, right? So I was just like, okay, this could be a good conversation starter, just in case it was a mistake that someone made at the rental office about the rent being paid. So, called the rental office the next morning, and I told them, hey, there was a filter in front of my door. I'm not too sure if the maintenance guys just left it here or if they came in and changed the old filter, but this one looks pretty clean, looks pretty new. What do you guys want me to do with it? And they was just like, oh, we're sorry, maybe they just forgot to take it when they was like locking the door or whatever, and blase blase. And I was just like, okay, cool, so what do I do with it? And she was just like, oh, you can bring it to the office. I didn't even take it to the office. Like, I literally left it in front of my door, and when I came back home, it was gone. Anyway, and I was just like, okay. And I got a receipt for my rent. I usually, you know, don't ask for receipts, and I was just making sure that the payment went through, because the payment was in a money order, which is usually what I used to pay my rent with, but now I had got a checkbook, so now I'm paying my rent with a checkbook. And she was like, oh, did you not want a receipt? And I was just like, no, I'm just making sure that you know, the payment went through. And she was like, oh yeah, it went through. And I was just like, okay. And so I just hung up, and I was just like, someone really paid my rent. Like, it was a really good blessing in disguise, because after I would have paid rent, I would have been flat broke until today, which is Friday. I would have been flat broke. So if it was my neighbor, do y'all think I should go knock on his door and ask him? Like, should I do that? Comment down below and let me know. And I may go knock on his door and ask him, because like, dude, we literally spoke like only twice out of the, how long have I been here now? 6 months that I've been here, and you are paying my rent? Okay, I'm cool with that. I am so cool with that. But yeah, so that's the story of my neighbor paying my rent. So comment down in the comment section if you guys think I should go and ask him if he paid my rent. I actually just ordered a ring light camera, because it's still kind of creepy, because like, for one, how does that even work? Like, isn't that even against the law to pay someone else's rent? I don't know. And then like, are you watching me? Because like, with the job that I had, I'm working 6 days a week. I'm leaving at a certain time, and I come home like different times at night, and it's just like, are you like really watching me? Like, you feel me? Like, it's pretty creepy. So I did order a ring light, and so I can start having like, you know, some monitoring around my apartment. Me and Bae are also going to be going to the gun range, you know, just for protection, because who knows what else this man can do. Like, what if he has the key to my apartment? Oh my god, it's getting weird. I don't like it here. It's ghetto. But if you like this story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you had someone pay your rent, give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.